Hi everyone, today let's talk about Peloton. Peloton recently fell 30% as the Rona is no longer boosting the stock and demand has pretty much dried up. Then I'll talk about the pretty difficult technical picture going forward. Then I'll go over my trading history and just exactly how much I lost on that down move. If you like trading stocks and options and making money, definitely like and subscribe. I make videos like this as well as portfolio overviews every single week, so make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on any future content. Welcome to the Portfolio Bulletin. Let's get started. So Peloton stock fell dramatically, over 30%, and let's talk about exactly why that is. They delivered very weak earnings results as well as very weak forward guidance, meaning that the company is not expected to grow quite as fast as it has in the past. Stock was down more than 30% after their announcement, with a larger than expected loss in the first fiscal quarter, as well as weakening demand for bikes and treadmills, along with ongoing supply chain issues. The loss was $1.25 per share, much wider than the $1.07 loss that was expected. I don't see this as the main driver for how fast the stock went down. It is a few $1 million loss in terms of revenue and earnings, but that's not really what's going to drive down a growth company like this. Really, the big driver is a considerable slowdown in the 250% surge the company enjoyed in terms of demand due to the Rona. They say revenue from the bike sales was down 17%. Subscription growth was up 94%, which is definitely very good, but the amount of uses for that was down from 20.7 to 16.6. So there are more subscriptions, but they're being used less frequently than they were before, which could be an indicator that there will be less subscriptions in the future. And this is the real driver here. So they lowered their forward guidance, with estimates that they'll grow their subscriber base around 2.8 million in Q2, forecasting sales between $1.1 and $1.2 billion. They continue to say here that the stock was down more than 50% already from its all-time highs of $171.09 down to $86 per share, meaning that it's been on a steady decline, but then it fell off a cliff due to the exacerbating circumstances and the significantly reduced forward guidance. Since this is a growth stock, the amount of growth is a big indicator of where the stock is going to go. And since the growth is slowing pretty dramatically, that is going to drive down the share price. Moving over here to the daily chart, let's talk about the long-term trend. Down in the midst of COVID, we were down around $19 per share, and we rocketed all the way up to those highs of around $170 per share, representing a massive growth of over 700%, almost 800%. Then the stock was down quite a bit here in the middle of May, around 50% to the lows. And since then, we've dropped around another 38% or so from there. But if you're a Peloton investor and you got into this stock very early, you would still be up a couple 100%, almost 200% to current prices. So if you do believe in the long-term perspective of this company, this is still not down very much. It's just down quite a bit from where it was. But the picture going forward, if you are a short-term trader like myself, I'm not sure where you would be looking to go. There's certainly potential that this could be a support level. Hard to say, really. But once we started rolling over here in the middle of July, this really was a continuation of that down move. And there's no saying whether this is going to break through these longer-term trend lines or if we're going to get a bounce back up to that $80 level. Right now, for short-term traders, I would keep this on your watch list, but I'm definitely not looking to take a position in here right now. Looking at this on the weekly chart, on Tasty Charts, you can see the ATR bands here. We are well overextended on the weekly chart, past that third lowest ATR band, meaning that there's potential you could see a bounce, maybe a move somewhere back up into this $70 range if I had to guess. But I think that would be short-lived as we would see another continuation down to the downside. This trend has been down for quite a while here, all the way back into February of this year, with some small counter-trend rallies. Looking at my trading history over the past couple of months, you can see it was actually pretty good right up until the end here. So received a $1.30 credit, closed it for 65 cents, received just over $2 plus another 81, closed it for close to $2, $2 credit, closed it for 73, $1.53 credit, closed it for 66, little over $2 credit, closed it for $1.35. And then here we have the big loser with $2.43 credit. And I shouldn't have held that over earnings, and we have the big loss here at $24. So here's what that looked like over time. I have all the dates and the amounts for those trades, resulting in minus $16.60. But before that earnings announcement, I was up $7.60, so $760. But because of that, I'm down now a little bit over $1,650. Otherwise, let me know what you think of Peloton going forward. Will they regain some of their growth potential, or is this stock really just going to be on a downtrend for the foreseeable future? Definitely like and subscribe if you got any value out of this video, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any future content. Of course, none of this is financial advice. This is all for entertainment purposes, and have a great day.